So just wanted to go over a quick PowerPoint about what are municipal IDs, and then the real point of this community conversation is to hear from you, so then we'll open it up in an open mic forum. So first, if you'll entertain me for 2 minutes, I do just want to acknowledge that we had 14 amazing co-sponsors for this event, and if I could shout out all of them for 2 seconds, and then if we can give them a round of applause. We had Crossroads, Dorcas International Institute of Rhode Island, Higher Ground International, Institute for the Study and Practice of Nonviolence, the Muslim American Advisory Board, NAACP, Providence, New Bridges for Haitian Success, Open Doors, Providence Human Relations Commission, the Refugee Dream Center, A Sweet Creation, TGI Network, Year Up, and Youth Pride. So if we could just give them a round of applause for covering this out. Thank you so much. And I think a tribute of this list is a tribute to Providence. We have groups that represent our young people, specific cultures, communities, and people, the incarcerated, the homeless community. So just want to acknowledge that that list is also representative of the community that we're in. So if we can just talk quickly about what a municipal ID card is. So a municipal ID card is a card that is created by a local municipality. And this is just a sample of what a card could look like, but it establishes your residency here in the city of Providence and is used for local services. So if you're engaging with the tax department, if you're engaging with the Mayor's Center for City Services, when you're engaging with local departments, it forms as a form of primary identification that you can use. It's typically accepted by all government agencies and officials, and one thing that is very successful, and I think it also helps build bridges, is its form of acceptance by the police department. This ID isn't necessarily a driver's license or a voting card, but it does help you when interacting with any of our respective departments. And then, as the mayor had mentioned earlier, cards in other cities also provide benefits. So it's not just the functionality of the card and what you can access, but also the benefit side. So if you want, in New York City, you can get discounts to local museums, the zoo, any local theaters. So also there's that benefit side and providing access to our community, which I think is something that we really want to hear from you today, is what do you need help accessing within the city, and how can we bridge that gap with this municipal ID card? So why municipal ID cards in the city of Providence? To be just simple, it's they strengthen and protect our communities. So the mayor mentioned some of these communities, but it's not only the undocumented community, but if you're a victim of domestic violence and you've just left your apartment and you can't go and access your documents and you're now living in a shelter, in some cities the shelter can attest to the fact that you live in that shelter within the city, and so that can help you establish residency. If you're someone in the homeless community, we know how hard it is for you to prove your residence within a municipality. So it's also been very beneficial for the homeless community. And then young people, sometimes our young people are only getting their first form of a photo ID when they're driving. I know my brother only started driving when he was 21, so that meant he had to wait a few years before he had a form of identification. So what if our young people, when they're 14 years old working a summer job, they also have this and can access our rec centers and then go to the library? So those are just a couple of the communities that we think will be impacted by this program. But again, we want to make sure that this program is also used by everyone in Providence. So if you're a millennial, if you're whatever you are, we want people to use this card because, again, the benefits that it would provide. So in New York City, about half of the people that have municipal IDs actually just signed up because of the benefits. They're getting discounts on annual memberships to gyms. They're getting discounts, again, to zoos, museums. So that's also the perks of being a Providence resident, is having those benefits to some of our local institutions here in the city. And if I can, we also had some community leaders that also wanted to talk about why they value municipal IDs and why they would love to see a similar program here in the city.